Hey y'all, welcome back on to another episode. Today, it is not your typical music reaction video, but one of the very hot topic right here. It was presented to me by one of our viewers, and I was like, man, this stuff right here is insane. And you know, I've been following this guy named, what is his name? Vitaly. I follow him since I was in college, like 10 years ago, like just watching him prank. You know, it's fun back then. It was just watching all of this like insane prank. I thought it was funny, but it's getting very serious. You know, I'm not into all the pranks video anymore. Obviously, I've grown ever since. But in any event, this is very interesting. I have a lot of viewers in the Philippines right now, so if you're watching this right now, thanks for tuning in because this is absolutely some spicy stuff that we're gonna look at today. Okay, here we go. This article have less more spam stuff. Okay, let's zoom in so you can see this. All right, let's move this up here. All right, y'all. Vitaly, that's his name. Okay, where we reported not to be deported and is set to face charges in the country. He is pretty much done in the Philippines right now. Handcuffed at a press conference held on April 7th. And ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything happening in April, we call it April Fools. Well, this is not your typical April Fools. This appeared to be real. It is no longer April the 1st. Okay, so by the Department of Interior and Local Government, where Secretary John Vic Remula announced cases would be filed against the content creator for engaging in disruptive and inappropriate acts. He does that a lot in his prank. Lots of that, according to the Philippine Star. Among the cases to be filed against him will reportedly include attempting to kiss and grab a security guard. Okay, that's sexual harassment right there. Why would you do that? You're asking for punishment, going against. It's like me going to a police officer and smack the police officer in the ass or something. Sorry, that's just how I describe it. It's pretty much the same thing. Go tap him in the butt. Yeah, go mess with a police officer or security guard. That is not really smart. Trying to seize his firearm. Man, he is doing some stuff that just could get him killed at that moment. Taking videos without consent, mocking security guard. He's mocking the security guard and vlogging in Bonifacio Global City without a permit. Oh, he don't even have a permit. Okay, Vitaly is going insane, disrupting peace in the Philippines. Let's watch this video. What is it?
I have a very important question for you. Can I shove this up your booty?
What?
Is that okay or no?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
He took his motorcycle? Well, he took his motorcycle?
Hulihin mo yan. Hulihin mo yan.
He's not chasing me.
I know.
Boss, I want you to chase me. Can I have a hug? You mad at me? Okay. Look at that ass. Sorry, sorry. I'm gay. Hey, tell him I have a retardation. I'm autistic. I'm autistic. Okay, I was born in this world to be free. Follow me, follow me.
Cause
Oh God, bro.
okay, he's just being really annoying right now. Like all of his pranks is so annoying, and it's pretty disturbing piece for sure. I'm 1 minute in, but let's keep continuing. He has so many other videos, but I'm not just gonna go through all of it. Basically, did this all end up that he might serve jail in prison? Okay, he was arrested in 2016. Climbing the Hollywood sign. He's like this criminal. Nobody liked him right now. Okay, he's been pranking the entire world, doing YouTube. He have over 10 million subscribers. People actually watch all of his stuff. But what's this leading to is me looking at into this video right here. There's a video about this facing 24 years in prison. Is that even real? Like you getting faced 24 years in prison or a pranks, but I'm pretty sure it's more than a prank if that is the case. But bro, that is like your entire half of your life. I don't know, if you live to 100, it's maybe a quarter, but most of us probably the average living lifespan in the US, I think, is like, 70 to 80, or who knows. What is the lifespan? What is the average life expectancy in the US? 77 years, okay, in 2022. And he's from Russia, so 72. Okay, they only 5 years apart from us. We'll live a little bit longer. Maybe it's colder there, who knows. But in any event, let's see what we have here.
This scumbag IRL influencer can now be facing up to multiple decades in prison in the Philippines, all because he live streamed himself harassing strangers in the street, mall security guards, and stealing multiple items, including a mall security button.
What? Why would you steal a security hat, man? He's messing with the wrong people. The mall security.
Obviously, we're talking about the case surrounding Vitaly, who's an American-Russian YouTuber who was one of the largest prank channels back in the day, who unfortunately lost his mind and ended up serving some time due to horrifically attacking a jogger in Miami. But recently, he came back to the internet. And he's came back to the internet a few times, but in the most recent time, he decided to come back to the internet and essentially be a knockoff Johnny Somali for some reason. And in his comeback, he was definitely not wise when it comes to picking the country to be a nuisance in. The Philippines. I don't know why you would ever want to come to the Philippines and go live with the title, Disturbing the Peace in the Philippines.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do that. Like, why would you? First of all, did he even read the law and regulation in the country? Or he think that everywhere is the same? Oh, I'm just going to go prank the world. And, you don't even know what's the rule and regulation there. And then how extreme is the outcome is going to be. You can't just go to it's like me going to Vietnam and prank one of my policemen. Like, they really strict over there. Like, you're going to get destroyed, okay? Like, it's not one of those country where, oh, cool, I'm going to call the cops. No, they're going to do it on their own. Like, it's like the entire village going to get on you. So in any event,
as that is probably one of the last countries I would ever want to have that title in my stream, let alone go around and harass people and then steal multiple items while live streaming yourself doing so. It's like the influencer version of Darwinism, and his actions are definitely catching up to him here now because he was just perp walked out in front of the entire country.
Oh, he's cuffed.
Secretary John Vic Remulla will now make a statement.
He's cuffed.
Yeah, the smirk he had during his arrest and mugshot, that's completely gone. Dude, he was warned multiple times. He didn't care. He just openly embraced going to jail in the Philippines on his stream. And now he's in even more trouble than what I think he's ever been in his life. And that really, really sets the bar when you look at his situation that happened in Miami. Because if you have a horrific attack on your record and somehow you're in more trouble than what you were then, oh boy. So what are they charging him for?
Vitaly engaged
That's what I'm interested in. What are they charging him for? Because if he's in jail for that long, he's doing something really crazy. Because especially in the Philippines, they don't take this lightly. So let's see what's going on. Charging him for
disruptive and inappropriate acts.
Inappropriate acts?
Attempting to kiss and grab him, trying to seize his service firearm.
Oh, wow.
Taking videos of him without consent, mocking other security guards, and vlogging without a permit in BGC. Also, in Vitaly's latest video in BGC, nakita siyang sumasakay ng patrol motorcycle na walang abiso.
Oh, wow. There's just a whole plethora of charges here that can be disastrous for him. They're also talking not just fully English, they're speaking tag-along with English, which I think they call Taglish. So I had to transcribe a lot of this to actually understand what is going on and then run it through ChatGPT and then have ChatGPT essentially tell me what they were saying. So it's not fully spot on yet, but That's what happens when we're trying to break this news. So here we have, I guess, the charges against Vitaly, which aren't 100% set in stone from what I can tell, because he just kind of threw out a lot of the things that happened that they're investigating him for. So first you have unjust vexation, which is engaging in behavior that caused annoyance and distress to others. Then you have alarm and scandal, which is
Okay, let's check this out. Let's break this down a little bit. Charges against Vitaly: unjust vexation, engaging in behavior that caused annoyance or distress to others. Okay, he's really annoying, like level 1000 annoying. Alarm and scandal, action that disrupt public peace and order. So did he like do stuff that were like warned, hey, don't do that again, and then he still do it? Because that's gonna be even more, they probably see that as like a heavier charge. Attempted thief, trying to unlawfully take a security guard firearm. Yeah, that's not very smart. Then you have the 2 counts of theft if they go after him for taking the motorcycle. Wow. That is kind of, yeah, attempting to steal the motorcycle. Threatening to rob an elderly lady.
actions that disturb public peace and order. Then you had attempted theft, which was trying to unlawfully take a security guard's firearm. That's a serious charge. That is,
yes.
You know, like, did this happen after my coverage? Did this happen after he was arrested?
Here's how the average man's life would change if he never saw an ad again. Day 1, he would install
I don't remember that being on the stream that I skimmed through. That is a serious charge. Then you have the 2 counts of theft if they go after him for taking the motorcycle and the industrial fan, and then also that face mask, but they return the face mask pretty quickly. So we'll see what they do there. Then you have the threatening to rob an old lady as well. But what I didn't know until now is apparently if you steal a motorcycle in the Philippines, you can actually get up to life in prison. And this is
okay, that was my next question, is like, how critical is the law in the Philippines, right? If you step on their land, you have to follow the law. That's fair enough. You go into the US, you follow the US law. And any countries out there will have their set laws in stone. And one of my questions is what is the law and regulation? Did he read? Did he attempt to like study it before he do this stupid pranks to the people in the Philippines? And I didn't even know that. Potentially imprisonment ranging from lengthy term to life imprisonment for aggravated offenses. That is crazy. I would not go in the Philippines and try to attempt theft of a motorcycle or carnapping. That's a strong charge.
all due to a newer and stricter law they put in place around
Very
2016.
strict.
Now, will he get life in prison? There's no way. But the fact that you would even go to a country and do something that can give you a maximum of life in prison is insane.
insane.
I am seeing multiple locals say that he could be facing up to 24 years in prison,
Golly.
as it's up to 12 years for each of the counts of theft there.
That's
and that's
crazy.
just the theft cases alone. And then you have all these other charges up here as well. So
he's potentially gonna get faced 24 years in prison. It doesn't like. Comment down below, is it already set in stone that he's gonna get 24 years in prison? This video make it sound like it is. Atozi, that's the channel name, and thanks for putting this together, because I wouldn't know anything about this entire story more in depth than this gentleman right here. So, but 24 years in prison, wow.
will he get this amount of time? Probably not, but
Okay.
I don't think he's going to just leave the country next week, to put it lightly.
Right.
It seems like they very much so want to charge him. So then they go on to say that charges also stem from incidents where Vitaly is seen grabbing a security guard's hat, attempting to seize another guard's firearm, and
I think they wanted to see like how, like looking at the video, how crazy is the theft? Like, is he attacking the security guard? Is he like pulling his hair? I don't even know. It looked like he just take his hat. And then for the motorcycle, he didn't really like drove off like crazy. So they probably look at that angle and like, okay, how critical is he pranking here? right?
threatening to rob a woman in Bonifacio Global C. Now, Secretary Ramola, who is the guy that essentially had him perp walked out there in front of the whole country, now he said that Vitaly will not be deported immediately, but will remain in the Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility to face the charges filed against him. He also emphasized that no special treatment will be given, stating that we're done with foreigners who only insult Filipinos.
That's crazy. Is there bail? Can you bail people out in the Philippines? That's just a question that I have, because in the US, I think there's like an amount of money where you can bail somebody out depending on the charges, depending on the state, depending on the entire cases. But is it in the Philippines, is it set in stone where nope, you get in jail, you're done, no one can come and take you, not even money? Is that true? Or I don't know, I'm just guessing, trying to see what the situation, because he have a lot of money. I mean, he have 10 million subscribers. Could he just like, hey, somebody come bail me out? Can they do that?
This is an example that we are serious here in our country, and we won't let them belittle us. And they also stated that authorities are seeking Vitaly's cameraman, who may also face charges for enabling a commission of crime. This is a stark contrast from what we've seen Japan do with Johnny Somali, and now maybe even South Korea with Johnny Somali, as they seem to be playing way more softball with him there. In the Philippines, they're not messing around.
Pour the cameraman is like, hey, I'm just doing my job. He's paying me to do this. Heck, he don't even know the laws in the Philippines either. So he's just doing it. It's just following along.
Walked down in front of the whole country within a week of an arrest. Within the week of him doing it, they arrested him right away. They arrested him 2 days after my video on him. They arrested him on the 3rd of April. Now on the 7th of April, they're having him perp walked out in front of the entire country saying, hey, we're going to make an example out of this guy. This is not okay. This is crazy. Why, as an influencer, would you ever go mess around and do this kind of content, especially not in your home country?
Yeah, like this is a statement saying from the Filipino at least, is like, hey, don't come here and do this kind of prank, you know, like this is not where we don't want to be disturbed and annoying like this. That's a statement. And so, I mean, this is a lesson to all the pranksters out there on the internet. Like if you're watching right now, for real, like if you want to be a prankster, go read law and regulation. If you're gonna do it on a country level, district level, doesn't matter, because a lot of followers that are prankster, I think they're much younger, right? Like they think it's funny, what, slap somebody on the head, that's funny, or something like that. I mean, maybe it's funny for you, but it might not be funny for an adult, a grown adult. It's like, hey, that's not nice, you're gonna hurt him, he might go into the hospital. But I'm saying all that is just to like, okay, educate yourself and really like what level of pranks. I know it's comedy and all, but don't do things that is cross the line.
Fair enough if you actually understand the laws of the place that you're in, but still, please never do stuff like this, because again, I want to live in a world where I can walk around in public without having to worry about being harassed by an IRL streamer. Is that so much to ask for? And I feel like everyone in the world deserves that very basic right. If you're out in public, you shouldn't have some IRL streamer harassing you to try to get some sort of reaction views, so they can monetize it for their live stream. It's just not acceptable. But continuing, it says Vitaly's...
I would never go... I don't know. I'm not like a pranked. I was never into pranks. Like I watch it when I was younger, but then like, because like it's, oh, okay, like the little thing that they do, not like the extreme pranks and all, but like the little one, I thought it was funny. Okay, cool. But I was never like into, like subscribe to a bunch of prankster. I was never like that.
Actions have drawn significant criticism, and authorities are committed to ensuring accountability for his conduct in the Philippines. Here's a little snippet where he says that Vitaly has to take accountability for his own content.
People have to take responsibility for the content they create.
Yeah.
It is not a license to shame or to hurt or to besmirch anyone. A vlog ang social media ay may kakibat na responsibilidad.
But then Vitaly gets in trouble during the press conference because for some reason the dude just can't stay serious, even though his freedom is literally on the line here. Bro's freedom is literally at stake.
He doesn't even look like he's impressed. Okay. Timestamp 6:48. Let's go back and look. Look at his face. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. I do more. Like he's how thick skinned he is. Like with all these pranks that he does, he probably don't even know like how long he's gonna be in prison for at this stage. Okay, let's go back to where we left off.
At stake. And speaking of the other stake, he's also now banned from kick.com. So that stake deal is gone. He has officially been 404 as he was so worried about becoming.
Before we give our next question, may I just remind Mr. Vitali to respect the secretary while he is speaking and not say anything or gesture anything that is out of the ordinary. Thank you so much.
Oh,
So
he's
may
in.
we call on Mr. Rambo
hand
from
gesture and all
PZXL.
Oh boy, that is the stare of a man who wants to put you under the prison. Vitali is in for a rough time. Who would have known that harassing people and just making an absolute fool out of yourself and I guess the platform that you represent would get you banned? I feel like it's pretty obvious, but I guess people need to be made examples of so others will learn. Because at the end of the day, no one wants this. And not even Kick wants this because Kick does not want to risk being banned in a whole country. So they're just going to quickly ban and get rid of whatever streamer that causes a commotion like that.
If you do something stupid and you're a celebrity, you're gonna get impacted by your partnerships. Period. It's the whole business situation here. Like, hey, I don't want to be involved in this. Like, let's say Nike sponsor me, and I'm doing something stupid out there, and and then like next morning, Nike executive saw an article. Nam did, put his shoes in a toilet, rub it on somebody's face or something like that. Boom, the Nike deal is done. Why would you do that, right? It's like, I know that's a bad example, but you know what I'm talking about.
But then a journalist asked if Vitali is allowed to speak.
Good morning, Secretary Jess Cruzat from ABS-CBN News. I may ask if Mr. Vitali is allowed to speak.
No, not today. Only in the formal inquest.
All right. Okay.
He's not allowed
I mean,
to
you
speak.
could see Vitali's disappointment there. This is such an insane situation that's
Crazy.
just so incredibly self-inflicted, like so many of the other stories that we cover. Why would you ever do this to yourself and to other people? But something I was not expecting was being credited by the police for arresting him or for finding out about this. Because here a day ago, the Taguig City police station posted criminal charges filed against YouTuber Vitali over viral BGC incident. The Taguig police station has taken swift and divisive action in response against a viral video involving Russian-American YouTuber Vitali, who is now facing multiple criminal complaints following an incident at Bonifacio Global City that drew widespread public outrage. Authorities immediately launched an investigation after receiving reports from local residents and security personnel who allegedly harassed the foreign content creator. Police gathered statements, reviewed complaints before the city's prosecutor's office on April 3rd, 2025.
Nobody like him right now, like in the Philippines. Like, you go around and harass people. He went viral for harassing people, and then, the Philippine people just were done. This guy, he's doing too much. You're not gonna come to this country and do this. And so it's like, they can't have peace. You can't even sit there and have a good conversation. There was a lady that's having a conversation with probably God, her son or something. Like having a nice conversation. That guy came by and screamed at her. Or something, like literally somewhere at the beginning, the cops is probably, ordered his donut and then his hat got stolen. Did you guys see donut in the Philippines? I don't even know, but our police here in the US eat donuts, and they love to, because that's the breakfast, is quick. But that probably happened where, just a lovely day and then you get interrupted, harassed it by a random IRL streamer or a prankster.
They also coordinated with hotel management and local establishments in the area to secure evidence and ensure accountability. The incident stemmed from a video posted on April 1st, 2025 by the YouTube channel Atozi titled "Scumbag IRL Streamer Destroys His Life in the..."
He got quoted on an article, man. That's pretty cool. The incident stemmed from a by YouTube channel titled "Scum IRL Destroy His Life in the Philippine Live." The video, which has reached over 600,000 views, show aggressive approaching and filming people on the street. Dang, like this channel right here, Atozi, I think is he the owner of the channel, but got exposed on the internet, and and it just compounded from there.
Philippines live. That title aged very well now. Was not expecting to see my video an official police statement though. I just saw his live stream and I was like, there's no way this guy's this stupid to be doing that there. So I made a video on it. The video, which has reached over 600,000 views, shows Vitaly aggressively approaching and filming people in the street in Taguig. Vitaly, 32, was reportedly staying in a hotel in Fort Bonifacio during the visit. On March 31st, around 11 a.m., he was seen walking along Bonifacio High Street where the incident took place. He was caught on video confronting several individuals while making live streaming content for social media. According to reports, these affected include security guards and workers in the area. One guard said that Vitaly forcefully pulled his ID from his neck. Another worker said that the YouTuber took his hat without permission. While a third, also a security guard personnel, claimed that the foreigner tried to grab his service firearm. Yeah.
That is very deadly. He is lucky to be alive. Okay? Like some of these pranksters don't even know. That's like self-defense here. In the US, if you're trying to even, let's say you get pulled over, right? And then you're driving like this. You see my hand. Then the cops say, show me your hands. Show me your hands. And then you put your hand up, out to the window. They see your hands. All right, cool. But at the moment where they say, show me your hand, show me your hand, show me your hand, and you don't show them your hands, it means that you might be grabbing a firearm. That's just a warning. If you grab your firearm, your own firearm, you're gonna get shot. Let alone this guy trying to grab not his firearm, another police firearm. Insane. This guy's
okay. So I mean, that is a serious charge. Recognizing the suspect's foreign nationality, the Taguig police also,
because I mean the police probably didn't know. Okay, what if he trying to kill the police? That is definitely like a crime.
Coordinated with the Bureau of Immigration to determine possible violations of immigration laws. A formal request was sent to the BI for updates of the YouTuber's current status for guidance and further action. Taguig authorities have issued a strong reminder to all visitors and online content creators to respect local laws, warning that actions meant to harass or humiliate people, whether it's on camera or not, can have serious consequences. The Taguig City Police Station assured the public that they're continuing to monitor the case and are committed to protecting residents from similar incidents in the future. I mean, shout out the Philippines for handling this so quickly. And also, like, this should definitely not scare anyone from going to the Philippines because they want tourism there. They just don't want people to be live streaming and harassing people in public.
Yeah, and it's protecting the foreigner who visit the country. It's like, if you come to the Philippines, I guarantee you there's not a single prankster on the street. Welcome aboard. You're saved. Let's ride.
It's very easy to go visit a country and not act like Vitaly. That's crazy being in an official Filipino police statement. Shout out to all my Filipinos. I love you guys. I'm currently in a different setup, as you can see, because I'm currently traveling to go to yet another crazy influencer trial. I guess we just do that now. I've had a lot of fun doing it. So here we're going to another case tomorrow. And I have to get up at 5 in the morning. It's currently at 2:41 a.m. So I won't be getting too much sleep because I have to drive for a couple hours tomorrow to get to this court case because it is in the middle of nowhere. But hey, if this video gets like 75,000 likes, I might fly out to the Philippines as well to go to Vitaly's trial. But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, drop a like on this video so maybe I can go to the Philippines as well. Peace.
He's going to the Philippines. Look, 87,000 likes. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That was crazy. Shout out to Atozi for putting this video together, help me understand what's going on. The situation there is crazy. Especially like, you know, like this prankster. I mean, he's like a top streamer. And he's in trouble. But you know, you ask what you get. I guess it's like, don't do stupid pranks. This is definitely don't do it in a country that you don't know the law and regulation. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I want to cover. I thought this was interesting because, you know, I have a lot of Philippines audience here, so I wanted to like share my thoughts on this particular incident. And yeah, if you tune in this long, thank you so much. But let's see what we have next. Thank you. Peace.